How are you, Chris? Good to see you in person.
No,
You know, I think we met in person a long time ago. I don't know.
maybe a long time
Yeah.
ago. Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to test that.
Oh, I know these. I have one of these over there.
There you go.
Cool.
Look at these ones. They're pretty good, right? That's the first time I'm using them. I love them.
Oh yeah, I love these.
I love them.
Oh, this chair makes me feel regal.
Right?
Yes. Bring me all your IoT things.
Let's build things together.
Yes.
Awesome.
Excellent.
So, Chris, who are you and what are you doing?
I am, my name is Chris Gamble. I am the head of hardware and developer relations at Golioth, which is an IoT SaaS platform. Basically, our product is a cloud side set of servers, but really enable hardware, firmware, and cloud. So basically making it so that it's really easy for hardware developers and firmware developers to get embedded constrained devices to talk to the internet.
Yeah.
As you know, not the easiest thing.
Yeah, not easy. And we had Zach on the show recently, on the IoT show, to describe Golioth and so on. I like him. He's super excited about the thing and so on.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, like, from your perspective, you guys have a lot of news these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the industry at large is to me aiming towards having different problems solved and these different solutions integrated into something broader, right? So Golioth is solving part of the problem.
Yep.
You're not doing everything.
Nope.
All the platforms that try to do it all failed. Like,
oh yeah. Well,
like yes.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's right.
And then one of them, Microsoft,
Got it.
that didn't go anywhere.
Got it.
For good reasons. It's because that doesn't work. You cannot do something that is generic.
Engineers are kind of opinionated. Have you noticed this?
Yeah.
They want to do things their own way.
To be fair, it could have worked, but it would have been super expensive.
Yeah, that's right. Right.
So what is it that Golioth does well? Like, maybe it's going to be some repeats, but what I want to hear from you is what's new. What's the latest about Golioth that will interest our audience?
Got it. Okay, so Golioth does constrain really well. And we do that by implementing on our server side. Like, this is all, we also make it invisible to the user, right? That's another thing. Like, you can dig under the hood. It's all open source on the firmware side. Our hardware is open source. Our cloud side is all documented. But basically, if I want to make a efficient call from a cellular device, like I'm showcasing here at the show, to the cloud, it's literally like Golioth stream.write. That's the kind of level of thing it is. It's not actually that, but it's that kind of level of API call. And we target custom hardware in doing that, right? So being able to retarget that same simplicity of the SDK at a wide range of things. We build on top of Espressif, ESP-IDF, on top of Zephyr, which targets increasing number of hardware, and a couple of bespoke platforms. And we actually have a Linux thing that we're working on now too. And basically making it easy so that when you do kind of boot up the SDK, you have network connectivity, you have that, what I call a thin, precise pipe to the cloud, and then you get all of the internet-y type stuff. You get over-the-air updates, you get to pipe your data back and forth to the cloud. You have security, a single security credential that allows you to unlock different services that are on the outside. So I'm not sure that was a very precise answer, but
I think that's good enough, because that allows me to move on with the conversation here, because I'm wondering, so devices are not always connected.
That's right. Yep.
Right? And so when you just mentioned things such as firmware updates and so on, would you agree that this is a very complex domain? Like at scale.
Yes.
To do at scale.
Sure.
Is Golioth equipped? Hey buddy, good to see you. So we're live. We're live now. If you want to join after, we'll be good, man. Don't worry. That's Leonard.
He's coming in the Photoshop. There we go. Oh my gosh. You're in Texas. Please throw him up the Texas way. You're UT. Come on.
Yeah. So devices not always connected. Super hard to know that your fleet of devices received an update and so on.
Yeah.
And what is this strategy? What are the things that Golioth is doing to make sure that the customer was saying deploy, has it right?
Got it. So just with OTAs or kind of more broadly? I mean,
let's start with OTAs, because that's something that,
Sure. So on our side of things, say you kick off an OTA update, we just launched something called cohorts. It's really easy to target different binaries being packaged together, but also being able to target different regions. And it's basically an evolution of kind of how we're already doing things and a new UI. But basically then, so you release a new do a new release to your cohort.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're saying like all the devices in Austin currently that are eligible for an update, send them out. We have precise logging all the way down to the device itself, so you can always dig in, see where it is, see if it's connected. We have reporting back to the cloud. So being able to like click down and kind of dive into each individual device and say, oh, this one actually has a success message. It's reporting its newest firmware. It's reporting idle firmware state, that sort of thing. That's really made it all possible.
Okay. Same question as like certainly for most of the guests who came today. AI.
AI.
So what is AI?
It's out there.
What is? Yeah, it is out there, and it's scary, and it's not, and it's been there for some time.
Yeah.
Are you with Golioth making it easier to deploy models, to manage models? Are there specific things that Golioth is doing to help customers do that?
Yeah. So we had an AI summer where we were kind of developing stuff in like an 8-week period where we were trying to like kind of really ramp up our capabilities. Some of the things that we did, so we utilize our pipeline feature. So basically data that's coming through that precise pipe from a cellular device, perhaps up to the Golioth cloud, probably wants to go somewhere else afterwards. It can stand Golioth, but it's not that useful if it's a photo, for instance. So now imagine you have an embedded camera talking through a cellular embedded modem up over CoAP to Golioth.
Yeah.
And then that photo is on Golioth, but it can be routed out to an S3 bucket, right? And so we set up a pipeline that makes it really easy to send binary data, to have it still encoded, broken up, reconfigured on the cloud side, and then make it so that you can then pass it out to an S3 bucket or a different resource so that you can enter it into, we have like a Hugging Face integration. We have well, I'm not gonna get these all right. We have an OpenAI, like basically all of the different models used that are out there. And so that's like more of a device to cloud AI capability. But then say we have an example, a case study about this when we launched it, where you want to take that photo, the set of photos that you've collected in an S3 bucket, do a bunch of training, you retrain a model, and then you push that down to your device for edge processing. That's also possible using cohorts, because basically a model is just set of numbers,
software, right?
Just numbers, right? It's really wacky. You really look at like what it is. It's like, oh, it's just like
binary
math.
It's
matrices, it's like, okay, I don't get any of it, but as a hardware person, I'm like, I guess the LED's blinking, so I'm cool. And so basically through cohorts and our releases, it's possible to bundle that together, where now you can push that one model update down to the device without needing to reboot. Often with embedded devices, you need to reboot. You can just push that down and get this new update and restart the model processing. So we had an example of Flocks, which is a company doing this with NRF9160s with OpenMV cameras. So they were doing some edge processing there. And they were taking images, doing some processing on the edge, sending the stuff up to the cloud, redoing their model, sending it back down to the device, and then reloading that onto the OpenMV. And that like round trip. So especially for an embedded thing, right? I mean, like if you're doing this on like a Jetson, like, okay, yeah, cool. Like it's a little bit more put together. With embedded, it's a lot of piecing together. So we're trying to make it more cohesive, especially when you want at the end of the day it to be custom kernel. That's the hard part.
That's true. Making things are complicated, simpler.
It's never going to be simple, but it'll be easier.
Well, it's simpler for the user. If they have to do everything themselves.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that part. Yeah. So, if you're starting from scratch,
the concepts are complicated. But like another example with Golioth that I really like is the fact that you took a stance on what kind of protocol had to be underneath.
Yes.
And the user never sees it.
That's right. Yeah.
They don't have to do any.
It just talks to the cloud and it show you all the retries. If there's retries, it's all UDP based and CoAP, which we think is the most efficient.
Today we still have the debate, like, should it be MQTT or like, and we don't care. It shouldn't be a question. It shouldn't be a question. It's like,
it's like, that's the thing. Like, it could be a question. There might be reasons to do that. Sometimes it's hard to punch UDP holes through corporate networks if you're doing Wi-Fi, for instance. But a key piece of Golioth IP as well is that the edge piece, the cloud gateway piece that you said Dan was on the show. I missed Dan being on the show. I gotta go watch this. How did I miss this? So basically making it so that it is possible to have multi-protocol. We have HTTP and we have CoAP right now. Other ones, if they make sense, we'll probably do it.
Well, we'll see. We'll see which one was the best. Awesome, Chris. Well, that was nice. I think we're getting towards like the time.
I think the official program's starting. the less official. I mean,
Yeah, the
so
one
this is
that
the official.
I can contribute and participate to.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
Okay. Thanks so much.
Thanks for coming, Chris.
Yeah.
Everyone, thanks for watching. See you.
Bye-bye.
All right.